quiet outer as we roll our way into tomorrow and Wednesday. And I think for much of the rest of the week, things are going to be rather quiet too. So we'll call it a rainy morning, gradually tapering off through this afternoon. And I think by tonight, it should all be a thing of the past. And that sets us up for kind of a dry spell for the rest of the week.
All right. A lot going on. Thanks, Corey.
No kidding. Thanks, Corey. Well, coming up in our 7 o'clock hour, are you a cynical person?
Something to think about. I don't know, Celeste. I haven't done self-reflection
Think
lately.
about that today.
Okay.
Why that may be holding you back in the workplace.
Okay, but first, people in Greece reject a proposal from the country's creditors for more austerity measures in return for more rescue loans. So what happens now?
And with that in mind, we go out to ABC 15's Allison Rodriguez. She joins us with some more tips. Allison, good morning.
Good morning, Danielle. Yes, all morning long we've been telling you some of the things that you'll need, like the tools that you'll need in your kit here for monsoon season. Now, Amanda Nelson with Tempe, the city of Tempe, is here to tell us a little bit about something else that's really important, and we're talking about sandbags for our house. There's a right and a wrong way to do it.
Absolutely, yeah. So for folks who live, especially in flood-prone areas, we really encourage them to get sandbags, and we have 2 locations where we're doing that, and we have Christina and David here, a couple of our fire cadets, and they are filling the sandbags. You fill them about half full. Okay. You don't want to fill them fuller than that. And we've got the top folded over there. Okay. And I'll show you. And then you can, once it's half full, you can fold it over and layer them like we show here so that it keeps water from seeping in.
Okay, very important information. Thank you, Amanda. And also, Tempe fire officials are telling us that we are going to need a 72-hour bag, and it has to be filled with some essentials. Take a listen.
Very, very important is to have your medications. Food that you don't need to refrigerate if power's out. Have a portable radio, fresh water, and about 1 gallon per day per household member.
Yes, and another good thing that Tempe is doing, actually, they have a new app that you can download at tempe.gov/monsoons. It's right here, and what you can do is you can pinpoint your location and tell them exactly what's happening in your area. You can even upload a picture, and this is going to help the city try and figure out what areas might need the most help and how quickly they'll need it too. Reporting live in Tempe, Allison Rodriguez, ABC 15 News.
And we've got some monsoon storms hitting the valley here this morning. I want to take you out to Air 15. This is 40th Street and
for only $119 a month. Plus, get America's best warranty. 10 years, 105.
Through that area. Again, cars driving through that, it doesn't look to be that deep, but I want to urge you to use caution whenever you see flooding on the roadways. Your best bet is to find another way around it. Turn around, don't drown. Again, this not so bad, but enough to make you slow down on your morning commute here this morning. And again, just use caution. We are still tracking stormy weather through parts of the valley. I want to take you out, though, to our valley cams this morning now after looking at Air 15. Here's another view. Yeah, these are our skies now as we look off to the west. This is where the storm.
Good morning, everyone. It is 6:22, and if you're waking up with us right now, just a word to the wise. It is very wet in many places around the valley. In fact, Skyfox is flying around, giving us a look at what people are dealing with. This shot in Ahwatukee, 48th Street and Elliott. You can see the rain really coming down in that intersection. A really big puddle there, I guess we can say. And as we widen out, you can see just slick streets. So you want to take your time, definitely, when you're going, at least to this area of Ahwatukee. Again, 48th Street and Elliott. And we'll have more weather coverage. It's our big story this morning, so we've got you covered all around the valley as the morning continues.
Well, time now to talk with Brett Baer from Special Report with Brett Baer about this week in politics. Good morning, Brett.
Good morning, Celeste.
Hey, okay, so let's start with the situation in Greece. This has been the big topic over the weekend. Obviously, they voted overwhelmingly to reject a proposal from Greece's creditors for more austerity measures in return for more rescue loans. I mean, even the images we're seeing from Greece with protesters in the streets, waving flags, things like that. Where does this go from here?
Well, that's a great question. There's a lot of uncertainty about negotiations going forward.
Estrella heads up there. The HOV lane is
an average of over $500. Stop it. So call me.
If that's what they eat.
24/7 monitoring for burglar, fire, and medical emergencies.
Are expected to recover. The cause of the collapse is under investigation.
Whoa. Back now with more. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie here.
Giving away a free complete home security system pack.
Accelerate down a path.
They tried to make sure that Princess Diana was honored in spirit.
Prince Harry's away, but the guests included Kate's brother and sister, and then, you know, immediate royal family and the Queen there. So it's very, very tight. And then a few godparents. So when you're talking about breaking traditions, it would normally be members of the royal family that would be godparents, but they chose old friends.
This is the last place I want you to be. I'll work hard to get you.
Security advisors standing by to take your call. They'll walk.
Italy that may have to deal with something similar down the road.
Explore the beautiful journey.
Amy Schumer ahead this morning on Today in about a half hour. Matt Lauer is going to sit down with King James and co-star Bill Hader and talk about the movie.
All right, got a couple of firsts here. All right, we have your first.
United States Senator too likely in 2008.
You can see the West Valley, of course, many more accidents there than anywhere else in the valley because they got hit the hardest with all that rain. Still very wet out there. I-10 right now at Avondale Boulevard. We've got a new accident there. We'll work our way up to the 101. This one's almost cleaned up. That was the one at Indian School Road. And then this one at Northern is just about cleaned up as well. 51 drivers, inbound lanes at Glendale. You've got a lot of slow traffic working in that direction as a result of that accident. It never really blocked traffic, but everybody looked over to see what was going on, and it was partially blocking the carpool lane. So we'll head outside. Let me show you the 51 and what you can expect if this is your freeway of choice. They've moved that accident completely to the right shoulder of the road, but you can see just how slow things are as those folks start to make their way in through that section of Phoenix down toward the mini stack. Celeste?
All right, thanks, Andrea. Pretty scary situation for one family on the East Coast. An Independence Day celebration turns dangerous, and these folks living in North Carolina, 24 people are hurt when this deck just collapses. A family posing for a picture fell about 10 feet from the deck of a beachfront rental home, and this is in Emerald Isle. The ages of those injured range from 5 to 94. 5 people are still in the hospital this morning. Authorities say the nails holding the floor of the deck gave way. They say those nails likely deteriorated due to years of exposure to the sand, salt, and moisture from the ocean. The rental company that manages the house has not commented except to say it is cooperating with authorities.
A building collapse in eastern China claims the lives of more than a dozen people. A shoe factory completely collapsed, killing at least 13 and injuring more than 30. Rescuers were able to pull out 42 people from the debris. Only 9 were able to escape unharmed. The cause of the collapse is now under investigation.
Well, 626 this morning, coming up, a Valley mom in trouble. This gal right here, what police say she neglected to do when she went shopping.
And a very unusual rescue in Scottsdale. A man gets stuck in the chimney. How this happened.
It's a great way to end your day. The best comedy on TV, Modern Family at 10:30, right after Fox 10 News at 10.
How much internet speed does one family actually need? Ballpark.
To answer your question, I assembled